I was gonna go out and paint now, but there's just one problem. After a delayed start and limited daylight, I was able to produce this sketch of a Himalayan sunset. In this video, I'm going to share the equipment that I used, my artistic process, and what inspires me about this place. I'll also include any tips and tricks that I learnt through the process at the end. I'm going to be using a 12 half-pound set of watercolors and a selection of water brushes, and I pat these together using a sports armband that I use to dry the brush. I'm going to use a selection of small sketchbooks, A6 and a square one, some white gouache, spare water in a tin, and this all goes into a bum bag which I find convenient to carry and work from. We're staying in a small rural village in the Indian Himalaya. This is about a day's journey from New Delhi and close to a town called Almora. Life is simple here, and a lot of the traditional farming techniques are still in use today. Like using oxen to plough the terrace fields, which we got to witness a couple of days back. It became apparent very quickly that the light was failing fast, so I didn't waste any time in getting to work and laying down the colours. I wanted to sketch a landscape that captured some of the vibrant colours in the sky. It had been my intention to paint this Hindu temple which sits on top of a prominent hill in the area and has been a huge source of inspiration to me in other sketches. But unlike these, I wasn't going to have time to paint any great detail, so I had to hugely simplify the scene. I'm working wet into wet and essentially mixing the paints on the page, and I knew from a few colour experimentations that although the clouds look blue to my eye, if I put blue on top of the yellow it would have turned a sort of weird off green. I didn't have time to wait for the initial wash to dry, but that didn't matter because I wanted the horizon line to bleed out to create a sense of depth. I made sure each layer towards the foreground was progressively darker. And when it came to the foreground detail, I made sure the page was dry to get some harder edges with some warmer tones. From start to finish, the sketch took me all of 8 minutes. So I've lost the light, the sun's gone down, so I'm going to have to make do with a quick sketch this time. And I hope it's inspired you to get out and pick up your paintbrush. What I learned from the sketch was that interesting things happen when you stop thinking about your painting. Due to the limited time from the setting sun, I didn't have time to think and I just painted what I saw. It's like removing the middleman, and it felt good. I also didn't have any expectations of myself because I knew I couldn't achieve what I wanted to achieve in the time available, so I really had no pressure and I was quite pleased with the result.